Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Wednesday Wisdom. My name is JB Hilliard, and these are our weekly video snippets of information as an extension of our monthly newsletter called Sidebarred. And if you're not familiar with what that is, you can look down here to see how to sign up for that to get that right in your inbox. But that's sound information designed to educate you beyond a reasonable doubt. So for this week's edition of Wednesday Wisdom, again, notice I am outside enjoying the beautiful weather we have here in the Atlanta area, at least for today. And I wanted to just briefly talk about business succession planning. So first of all, I actually remember to bring my timer out here with me, and let me make sure I've got that set up and started. So these are meant to be short and to the point. But basically, for those of you out there who are business owners, if you're a sole proprietor or you're in a partnership or you are a single member or multi-member LLC, whatever the case is, have you made a plan for your business should you become incapacitated or should you pass away? Now, ultimately, we all know that end day is coming where we're no longer going to be alive here on earth. But what about incapacitation? We typically don't plan to be, put in a position where we're unable to do anything if we're having to have a hospital stay, a lengthy hospital stay, or just a lengthy recuperation at home. We don't typically plan on those types of things. So do you have a plan in place for your business? Typically, most partnerships should have that in the partnership agreement, but if you're working by yourself, that could be a little more challenging to actually have on as a plan, as a part of your plan. And so this is just to sort of put that bug in your ear to make sure that you are planning for that appropriately. So what would happen if something were to happen to you? What would happen to your business? Do you have a backup person in place, a person that would be responsible for handling the affairs of that part of your business? Now, this could be a part of your overall estate plan, and it may or may not be that personal representative, that executor of your will, who would be in charge of the business portion of that. It could be somebody totally different. Maybe a family member doesn't know what your business operations are or is not familiar with that, and you want somebody else in place that's more familiar or more intimately aware of what's going on in the business. It's part of our state bar. I won't call it a requirement, but one of the regulations or one of the suggestions that we have is to actually name a person when we set up an individual or solo practice, to name a person who be our backup, to basically contact our clients in case something happens to us. So anything along those lines where you think about what you want to happen to your business, if you want it to carry on or if you want someone to actually work on closing down the business, that's a lot to deal with. So you may or may not want to put that on the shoulders of the personal representative of the estate. But you need to have a plan, whatever that is. If it's that person or if it's a totally different person or group of people, you need to have that plan in place. So think about what it is, what you want that to look like after you're gone, how you want that business to operate, who you want in charge. Maybe you have certain people in charge of certain tasks or aspects of the business. Maybe client communications is one, and then the operations, selling operations with vendors and things of that nature is another aspect or another person's responsibility. So needless to say, I can go on and on about this, and I probably will make some follow-up Wednesday Wisdom videos related to these issues, but particularly with business succession planning, there's a lot to consider, and you need to put a plan in place on how you want that to look. Okay? So that's all the time I have. I'm about to get out of this heat. But as always, I thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.